Greetings, everybody. It is 1:44. It is 37 degrees outside. I'm supposed to be done with making all my videos by 2 o'clock because I promised my wife I'd be done taking the videos and walking the dogs. It takes about a half hour to walk the dogs, so I am definitely running behind. Unfortunately, once again, this project will end up taking short shrift or have a disadvantage, or I won't get to spend as much time. So I feel like I remember I was working on Say Hello yesterday, so now I'm working on Flashcard Builder. And I feel like I kind of I'm trying to use ChatGPT as sort of a scheme for keeping track of what I'm working on Sundays, Saturdays and Sundays. So here we go. It looks like Sunday flashcards. Okay, deploy Angular on GitHub. So I think I finished that one up. I think we actually have it working at GitHub, but I do not remember. Let's click on this and just see if there's any useful information. I do think that is one of the biggest skills that you can do. Yes, after first successful. And then go. And I cannot remember if this works now. So that does work. Okay, so it looks like we finished that. So I think the next thing to do is, I guess the smart thing to do is to go to GitHub. GitHub Marty the Party. I've pinned the 4 things I actively work on, and this one is flashcards. And then looks like I have one issue. I think I'm actually working on code now. Finally. Implement voice structure. It's assigned. See, does a branch exist? Looks like there's a branch. It's called 9 implement voice structures. So now we can go to this, open recent, and we go to our, where are you? Flashcard. Cancel. Looks like I don't have something saved. Oh, house service. What we're doing in here. I think that looks good. All right. Hope that doesn't. Oh, let's kill this. Now let's go to our flashcard service, recent, our flashcard project. And I'm actually done with that one. I think I've conquered that dragon. All right, so we have our flashcard builder, which is what I've been working on. I think we want to add a button that allows the user to turn continuous voice recognition on and off, add a text area that shows the text, add a service that turns. Okay, so so basically I think the idea is that we're going to have let's see, npm start. Control npm start. Oh, I need to go into the flashcard builder. npm start. So I think the idea is that and I think we even, I guess not. So I think the idea is that we're going to want like a button, a text area, and you push the button and it will ask you, this is outside of our control. It'll ask, hey, you sure you want to turn on the stuff? And then we'll turn it, and then we'll turn it on, and it'll just fill out the text area. And that's kind of like the first step. And then we'll probably want to work on unit tests, and then we'll want to work on end-to-end test. We're still building, so I don't know. I guess we're going to want these things to kind of be their own little components and stuff. So inside of Flashcard Builder right now, I think we just have an app. And our app, I think, is pretty empty, if I remember. Yeah. So basically, we want a button and all that. And so basically, as part of, if you want a button and you want like kind of to look like other applications, you actually want to inject Angular material into this application. So I don't know if Angular material is going to be the end all be all of all these sorts of UI things, but I do think that it's going to be around for a long, long time. And whatever, even if something does sort of displace it, it'll probably imitate Angular material. So learning Angular material is the key. So I think what I want to do actually is now go into my GitHub and I create another issue, and that's to install Angular material. Um, and let's see, GitHub. And then I'm going to switch over to that branch. We haven't done anything on this. I think installing Angular materials more is this, we want to get, before we actually start building out anything that looks, we want to use Angular material. And the reason is because um, like it's just so much easier to find mistakes as you make the mistakes as opposed to like, okay, I built out a bunch of stuff. Oh, this doesn't really work with Angular material. Oh, now let me figure out how to retrofit my stuff so that it works with Angular material. We don't want that. Material into the flashcard builder. And then the other thing that's really nice about what I'm going to do is that it makes what am I trying to say? It makes like it's nice to have like a little thing that shows you exactly how you installed Angular material. Just like a little like a branch that you can or a commit that's just like, okay, so this is what you need to see after you install Angular material. And it's never as easy as I think it's going to be. There's always a couple of hiccups when you install Angular material. So now we're going to leave this. So, and then keep in mind that we're going to want this stuff install in. We're going to want to merge that into this application, into this branch before we do that. So Control V. My current job, we do not use Angular material, and I thank the Lord every day for that. It is so hard. Um, it's just so different. I'm sure it's very easy for Angular people. So now we're in this new thing, and so I want to install Angular material. Um, so I have an Angular 21 application. Angular application. Want to install Angular material. It's always really surprising. It's just weird. Installing Angular material is just here's a standard safe way to do it. Okay, so we want to do this. So I'm going to do this. We're in the right one. ng material colon and then we're going to just run that thing npm run ng material. So we were literally thinking, oh, we're going to actually write some code. npm run ng material. Did I save it? Am I in the right one? Packages. Oh, I'm not in the right one here. And see, that is another huge benefit to like when you're going to have like these like I have Cypress and you're going to have these multi-directory projects. It's really easy to run the wrong command in the wrong directory. Um, so when you do it like this, I was very careful to make sure that I put it in the right package, and then I try to run the command. Had I ran that, I would have installed Angular material at the top level, which I don't think is the big deal. And I think once I committed, like it probably would have worked itself out. But it's just so nice to be sure that you're in the right place. But we're going to want to rename this one, and we're going to put today's date. I think that's what I had decided I wanted to try. Is at the beginning of this, it's going to be 2026-01-18 dash. And then, okay, so it says installed. Would you like to proceed? Um, Determining package manager 21.10. Yes. These questions are like, sometimes they're really important and sometimes they're just like boilerplate. And you kind of have to have your head on a swivel and pay close attention to these questions. So I drink every day. I try to drink, or every couple of days, I like to drink like collagen peptides and uh, glycine powder. I found that before that, what would happen is even if I once I got into my 50s, even if I bumped into something that had a sharp corner, I would just start bleeding. But once I started doing that, it went away. Can never figure out which one of these to do. I feel like they are, I don't know. Over time, things have changed on these, and at some points, some of these don't actually like work, like, or they don't seem like they work. Like you'll create the button and they don't actually aren't fully fleshed out, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. So, so I just use the Azure Blue, the one bad thing is it kind of makes it look like it's just like any default application. Did that get done? Yeah. Let's see what's in my. uh, Okay, so basically, I really have to spend a lot of effort and time with trying to uh, remember things that, I mean, trying to um, back up all these videos. Something went really weird with my USB drive because basically what happens is like if I try to like some of the folders, if I try to save into them, it just like acts like it's saving. It doesn't. All right, okay, so we're all done. We have we have this installed, and I believe our application does look a little different now. Um, Probably best to restart this thing. Let's restart it. Just I feel like there was more space before and all that. I think that these were different. If we look at I'm thinking we'll see. Yeah, see these. I don't think none of yeah, this mat, none of these styles and stuff existed before. So we are definitely looking different now. So it'll be nice to be able to use, like it's very tempting to just start working on stuff and building out stuff and then be like, okay, now I'm going to install Angular material and everything. And then it's just so much easier to build it right or in sync with Angular material as you build it. Um, so, okay, so that is done. So let's go ahead and look at our changes. I want to remember to ignore my package lock. Okay, so in here, we see that we have our new command and that we see Angular CDK and Angular material. It always blows my mind that CDK is part of material. Um, and see, it added these new things into the index file and it added some stuff into our CSS, into our style CSS, including like these numbers and stuff like that. All right, so let's get commit, and this is -m. And basically, I always like to like stage it from here, and then commit it in writing down here. I don't know why I like that. That just always has worked out best for me. Uh, Issue 10 adds Angular material. and then we're gonna push it real good. Dun, 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 dun. And so then what happens is we can go to this code tab, and it pops up this little thing. This is very, very consistent, very, very reliable. And then what we could do is we can look down here and see what our changes were, and we see that exactly what we thought from before, what we saw locally. And then we can say create the pull, assign it to me, create the pull request, and then we can merge our pull request. We can confirm our merge, and then we can delete this branch. And then, so it's all in one commit. So if we were to look at like our commits, we'll be able to see that, see exactly what it takes to install, or exactly how we installed Angular material. So now let's go back to our issues. We should only have one again, and that's implement voice structure. That's number 9. So let's go to main. I think it's main. Git checkout. Main. And then what we're going to want to do is, and we're kind of here. Let's go up here. And we're going to say git pull. And that will get us like all the latest code. And then we want to go back to issue number 9. So we hit this button down here and we type in 9, or we see it right there. So I'm just going to select it. And then I'm going to do this git merge dev. Oh, main. Okay, so now I am complete. This has now that branch that I was working on earlier now has all of main, and main has Angular material. So we are right back to where we were at. We've moved forwards now. It's saying that, hey, we're out of sync a little bit. So let's go ahead and push this. So now it says that we have 2 changes. Let's go ahead and look, see what our cancel. I didn't want that. I think in here. Nope. In here. So it says that we have like 2 commits that we're behind. So let's say git log. I was hoping we could look at that, but it's kind of weird. We have 2 commits for the exact same thing. I guess this is the commit that went into the branch, the specific or origin 10 branch, and then this is the merge. I've never really noticed that before. All right, so let's go ahead and do a git push. So we're in sync. Now we can't really undo this at this point. So if we didn't want this, but it is what's in main, so we wouldn't want to undo it anyways. So that is that. So next week, I don't know what we're going to do first. We might create our service first. We might create our text. I think what we're probably going to want to do is start breaking these down into components. So we want 3 parts. One is the selector, which right now is just going to be a single button. But that's probably what's going to let us like choose different things and all that. And each one of those buttons will probably be tied. Well, I guess once we've started, I don't know. Probably we'll have a selector and then output. And then output will eventually be like on the left, it'll be the question. And then on the right, will be the answer. And then we'll also need to create our service and all that. So I think that we might end up what just happened today, where it's just like implement voice structure, and it's just like, well, shit, I need Angular material. Oh crap, let me go ahead and create it. I suspect we might end up doing that again, like create this component, create that, because this might end up being just like a big, ugly, massive commit if we don't do that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're going to go with that, but I think I think this is still accurate. Sunday flashcard Oh no, this is not accurate. So that this so we installed material. We still so next time we'll know we're implementing the voice structure. Um, I guess I should try to set myself up for success. So I'm going to do this. Div. Okay, so here the selector will go here. So button. Oh, so no, I guess that isn't. Okay, so first is like a thing to turn the voice on and off. Voice activator. Um, component goes here. Here. And then we need a results. Results component goes here. And I guess it should just be a div for now. And so basically, so since we need those components, we also will need a service. Okay, but that's, yeah, so we need a service and then that's going to be from here. Okay, so we need a service that can turn continuous voice on and off. And then here, I guess, yeah, so we're going to need the components, which don't exist yet. We need this service, and that service will, I guess, get set up here. And then we'll get implemented in here, and it's going to be a for root service that everything, there's only a single one of them. And like literally we'll have, I guess it'll pump out like a signal that is listened to by both components. And the one component will also be able to start it and turn it off. That's going to basically just be a button. And the other component will be, and I guess it should just be like a check, one of those little slot toggle sliders. I think that would be cool. A little toggle slider that turns it on and off. Because the whole application should work either way. You should be able to, and you should be able to work it the um, from the um, keyboard as well. And I guess the minute we get that little button working, the toggle that turns it on and off, then we'll probably actually we'll just want to get that toggle working and then get Cypress going and see if we can actually, if from Cypress, I'm curious. Um, can you? Is it possible? Ooh, turn on the microphone, voice recognition from Cypress. I don't even know if this is possible or not. You know, no, not directly. So basically, okay, so this is going to have to be one of those hybrid tests. On end, yeah, that's silly. Um, um, maybe I could have a hybrid test that expects the user to accept or decline while watching the test operate. So it's kind of have still. Oh, that sucks. Because what I was hoping for is that it would be able to start a video and see that the. Okay, so I was hoping that I would be able to set up a test that um, runs a video and expects a value. Um, the words that were spoken in the video. But honest answer is no, you cannot do that with the browsers. This sucks. Okay, so that's a bummer. So it looks like I'm gonna have to manage. So this seems like a manually. That sucks. Okay. Cypress feeding audio into the mic, not possible. Cypress. Okay, so will need to be a manual test. The let me say that. I'm wondering. Okay, so can Cypress just put me in? Can just put me in the posture to be able to test that. Okay, so Cypress put me in the posture to test it. Like guide me to the push the browser. Needs to be, and then I can follow. So we could put your app precisely in the state and then hand control to you. Okay. Launch the app, navigate to the exact page, load the video, start playback, and then say required app state truth auth. Display clear, pause execution so you can act. Okay, so I think that's what I'll probably want to do. I think it's part because basically one of the things I want to say hello to do is have like a video that actually has how to say hello in the language and locale of your choice, and then when you hit the button, it says it, and then it can tell you what that it worked. So like it have a value or whatever. And Cypress could actually just like let me at least just drive me to all the different places to try. So I don't, because I just don't want to forget how things used to work. So I could just have the instructions there on how it should work, but it gets me there. Um, anyways, happy coding, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Bye.